of America.
There's no future about it, and I know this is recording right now. So, welcome to episode 46 of Ripping the Rack podcast. I am your Triforce Tri-host, Tim. With me today is one leg of the Triforce Tri-host, Mr. Brian.
What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday.
And our third leg of the Triforce Tri-host, Maki Pins.
What's up, dudes? Love everything about being the third leg of this. Nothing wrong with being the third leg. Nothing.
Never.
Nothing. No. Nothing. Ever.
In
the history of evers.
In the history of
things
ever.
that have happened, never mind being the third leg.
Never mind. No. Always good to have a third leg.
Yes. It's quite important.
It can be.
Yes.
It can be.
It sure can.
So, what's new with you guys? Brian, I'll start with you. What's new?
Bolt Sunday in the 560 teams in Belfast. It all play.
Yep.
583. Had a 98. One of those days I was telling Marky. So when the bowling alley goes, here's 620. Here you go. You've struggled for a while. You can take it. And you went, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to throw that away. I'm going to miss the head pin completely one whole string and just step on my Johnson. And that's what it did.
Step on the third leg, baby. I'm telling you.
Nice.
It rears its ugly head right when you don't want it.
Nice. Maki, what about you? What's new with you?
Not a lot. I bowled league here tonight. And I had much the same kind of day that Big B had. I threw 375 with a 101 in the first game. So, yeah, here's 400 in a tough bowling alley. But, no, I'm just going to, put my nuts, my balls and my nuts and everything together, mix it in a blender, hit frappe, and I'm just going to shit out 375. Should have been 400, but wasn't. But that's okay.
Yeah, that's all good.
All things considered, not bad.
Yep.
Not bad. How about yourself? What have you been doing, Timmy? You been bowling? What are you up to?
So, I'm going to bring it down for a second just because I got to talk about my Mookie. So
yeah, sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, that's okay, dude. I appreciate that, but I'm going to tell a little story before we move on.
Okay.
So for those of you that know me, friends with me on Facebook, Snapchat, whatever, understand that Mookie is my dude. He's my child. He's a cat. He's a kitty. Okay, had him for 4.5 years. He was about 4.5, 5 years old. And he was my dude. He slept with my wife and I at night in between us. There's plenty of pictures on Facebook of him curled up with me just sleeping, and the end. She's like, oh, click. You know, it happens. Apparently, one of us was cute. It was either Mookie or me. I'm going to go and say it was me, and she thought it was so cute. I'm probably wrong, but let me just have that.
It's your story, bud.
Well, it's your story. We'll let you have
story.
that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Thursday, I had an early morning site visit out of town. Left, got home, went upstairs, and the other two cats were sleeping. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I wonder where Mookie is. Go in and look on my bed, and he's sitting up looking at me, and his chest cavity was just like he was breathing heavy. And I'm like, that's odd. So I picked him up, and he snuggled up, and you could hear that rattle. And I'm just like, oh, shit. Like, I'm thinking, bronchitis, pneumonia, one of those types of things that, okay, let's get him to the vet. Let's get him on some antibiotics, and let's get him better. Mm-hmm. So we go to the vet, get an emergency trip to the vet, and can't go in because, COVID. So they come out, they grab Mookie, they take him in. About 5 minutes later, the vet calls and says, look, I'm 95% certain it's either asthma or bronchitis, which we can treat that. He goes, but I've sedated him. I'm going to go ahead and just do an x-ray just to make sure. Yep, no problem.
Yep.
10 minutes later, phone rings. We're in the car. Yeah, I apologize, Mr. Matero. I was totally wrong. Mookie has, and I don't know the terminology, other than they said his diaphragm has become detached, which allowed his intestines to go up into his chest cavity and was crushing his lungs.
That would explain the heavy breathing and
labor.
And
I'm like, and he goes, normally we see this with an animal with blunt force trauma. And I'm like, and he goes, like getting hit by a car, things like that. I'm like, he's an indoor cat. Like, he doesn't go outside. And he's just like, yeah, your two options are emergency surgery to Portland. It's going to be like $5,000 or $6,000, or we're going to have to put him to sleep. And I contemplated taking money out of the 401k and everything else. And then they said, however, the surgery is extremely risky, and it's not even a 50% chance that he'd make it through. And my wife and I just lost it, cried, said, I'm like, I want to spend the money, but I can't justify spending that on a less than 50% chance of him surviving.
If the odds are like 90-10, it's different. You can sit and warrant it, justify it, have a discussion with your wife, 100%.
Yep, totally. So we ended up having to put him down. And again, he was, wasn't even 5 years old. So that was crazy. That was Thursday. So we struggled all week. And I was finally. So we went on Sunday, and we go up to Sugarloaf every once in a while. We help a friend out. We clean the house for him and stuff. And we're coming back, and there's a box on the table that says, "We love you," and it's from my son and his girlfriend. And I'm like, oh, you got to be kidding me. Because I knew what it was right then. I knew the box. It's like, it's a picture of Mookie. Open it up. Picture him in a frame. And I just, again, tears.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I know I'm making this short story really long, but it does have a happy ending. So today, finally, I looked at the picture, smiled, like, I like that picture. That's cool. Great memories. I'm like, okay, I feel better. Then the mail comes. And the vet, very sweet people, sent us a card. Very nice card.
Get out of here. That's nice.
No, very nice. It had a pet's prayer in it. Just a very nice thing. And then what do we find? Mookie's paw print. Literally, they took a paw print, put it on a card, put it on a card stock, put Mookie Matero, the date.
Yo, that is so cool.
Oh, so cool. No,
that is so cool.
Trust me, so cool. But I haven't cried like that since I don't know.
Probably Jordan was born.
Maybe.
I thought you were going to say they stuffed the bill inside of the.
No, you kidding? We prepaid that.
Yeah.
They make.
Did they let you? That. Did they give you a chance to go in and say goodbye?
So
before,
because you can't go in. They said we can have one person come in, and we're like, seriously, there's two of us. Put us in a room. Like, come on. Finally, what they did was they gave the cat the sedative. They gave Mookie a sedative. They gave him the euthanasia. They brought him out to the car, and we were able to be with him in the car.
At least they brought the cat out to both of them.
So Angie held him for a couple of minutes. Well, he was struggling. You could see it was starting to kick in, and she handed him over to me. And I'm glad we had it. It was, I've had pets all my life, and I've had to make this decision before, but every decision I had, we saw coming. The cat was 16 years old with cancer, things like this. So you can prepare. So it was tough. But you know what? We move on. I got the memories. I got the copious amounts of pictures. Mm-hmm. I've got videos. We've got, the cat will always be, and I got some friends and I know this, everybody's different. I've got friends that will be like, dude, it's just a pet. It's just a cat. It's just a dog. It's just a gerbil. It's just a rabbit. It's just whatever.
It's a family member to you guys.
family
It
member.
is a family member. When you've had
Yeah.
a pet that long and you're it's like having another, if you're a parent, it really feels like we just got a dog for the first time in my home. And it really feels like I have a third child now.
Yeah.
I don't have a dog. I feel like I have a third kid.
Isn't it great when you get home?
I was never a pet guy before. I had like goldfish and stuff. And I was like, I'm not a cat guy personally.
Yep.
And I just didn't imagine having other pets. Now we have this dog. I can't imagine coming home and not getting destroyed by my dog. Every time I come in, she's barking. She's licking my face. She's all over me. She pees on the floor every time I come in.
She's so
happy
excited.
to see me.
She's
That's
so
right.
happy to see you.
My wife has not once done that to me.
Your wife, no, and Angie has never pissed on the floor
Not
for me. Damn it,
once,
no,
okay?
once.
That's the kind of love we get.
Bullshit, you know. So it's. Look, I am an animal guy. I love animals, dogs, cats. Brian knows this. I mean, we've had plenty of conversations surrounding this. So we've made the decision. We have 2 other cats. Luna is really missing Mookie because our other one, little kitty, is older and doesn't like them, and they won't play. So she's really missing a playmate. So we've already made the decision that we're going to get another cat, and we're going to get a young one. Luna's only about 2 years old, so we're going to get someone, another cat that's young, so she's got someone to play with, and
plenty of time to grow up, be buddies together for their whole lives. Plenty of time, even if you get a little kitten that's only like 8 weeks old.
Yep,
they'll still grow up together. That's good.
Pretty excited.
But good things come out of bad tragedies like that. You do have the memories. You got that beautiful card from the vet's office.
My God,
that doesn't happen all the time like that. So you got the memories, you got the cards, you got the things that you can remember. But now it's time to move forward and get your cat another playmate and go from there. Sorry about the loss, but
thank you, dude. Look, Brian knows I'm a crier.
And that's okay, bro.
And that's okay. And that's I can cry it doesn't matter. I'll be reading a book and I'll be crying, and my wife will look over at me and she's like, What is wrong with you? I'm like, this, and she's like, it's a fucking book. I'm like, but it's so good.
But he died, and I can't believe it.
If you don't ugly cry at the end of Miracle, something's wrong.
Oh God, yeah. Ugly cry there. I don't know how many movies. We can actually, whatever. Well, that'll be a topic for another day. Let's move forward here, because we do have a kind of a hard stop today. Because Tim's got to do adult things, like fucking adult things.
That must suck, huh?
Oh God.
Adulting? Jesus.
Yeah.
Hate adulting.
Gross.
I can't wait till I get old enough where I can actually not have to adult anymore, and I get to be a kid again.
I always said when I grow up, I want to be like Tim. So.
Well, that was foolish of you.
If you're not first, you're last. You told me that.
That is true. I did. I did.
Damn it, Ricky. It was just a metaphor.
Damn it, Ricky.
I was high when I said that. Why would you believe me?
Let's talk bowling. Bowling. So first things first, Easter Sunday is coming right up in a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Sunday.
Easter Sunday.
If you haven't signed up for it, there is time, folks.
Good Friday is the deadline, typically.
I think so. $150 gets you in. Be prepared, bowl 20 strings, and maybe you can win.
Somebody has to.
Somebody has to.
Good, or it's a battle of attrition.
Yeah.
I once heard it called the greatest cash day of your life. After 20 strings, you're exhausted. And if you cash or win, it is the greatest relief. If you don't, it's the greatest $150 lunch you'll ever eat.
So I've never bowled in it.
Oh, no? Never.
No, which people always like,
very
really?
surprised. I'm very surprised at that.
Well,
yeah.
I had kids.
Well,
I couldn't leave on Easter. So
no. See, some people can. It's just your wife decided, much as mine has, that we don't leave on Easter.
Right. And now I was going to bowl last year. Finally.
COVID.
Yep.
And then I was going to bowl this year up until about a month ago. If they were going to have it, I was going to bowl. And then I totally fucked up my shoulder and my back. So now I'm trying to. I'm like, there's no way I could do 20 strings with my shoulder and my back. There is
It
no
is
way.
one hell of a day, Tim.
Until I'd give you 14.
Until you've done it, you have no idea what 20 strings in a 13-hour stretch does to the body. Oh my God.
No, I mean, I've done it. I mean, I worked in a bowling alley when I was, 18 years old. I've bowled 20 strings in a day, but not in a tournament.
No, that's what I'm talking about. The actual tournament setting of Easter, not just, because when we were younger, we all used to go and turn a lane on, or if you went to the place, that they knew you, they just turn a lane on and let you fly. And I can't tell you how many times I'd be on the same lane all day, probably through 20, 25 strings in a day. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But 20 games under the competitiveness of what Easter is, the 3-man, it's every ball matters so much. I don't care if it's a first ball on a fill or a third ball for a 10. It does not matter. Every stick adds up so much, and the pressure of that adds up so much. It's mentally exhausting. It's physically taxing. By the end of the day, you are literally drained. Just drained of every ounce of energy, every ounce of thought. All you want is a bed, and you just need to sit down and relax.
So my goal is to get my body in good enough shape so I can bowl in it next year. I've got a year to try to figure out what's going on with the shoulder and the back. The knees I've given up. The knees I've given up on because those have been bad for 30 years and they're going to continue to be bad. So that's coming up. We've got Mr. Brian Fuller Jr. who the admin at Candlepin Chat put on who's going to win Easter.
I saw that.
So I will throw this out there. Brian, who do you think?
So you were going to answer the question and then you just threw it to me. You're like, I'll answer it. Brian.
No, I never said I'll answer.
I'm not bowling. That's fine. You can't pick me. I'm not bowling.
Who are your call it 3 guys that you're going to say, hey, these are my 3 that I'm going to watch for and that I would expect to be there at the end with a chance to win. Only 3.
All right. Well, what is this, a horse race? We got first, second, show. I mean,
you win, place, and show.
So hold on. All right. So I'll go Surratt, Boudreau because he bowls there a lot and he knows the place. Winchell. Dark horse is Daly. And I say that because he's young and his arm hasn't fallen off yet, and he could probably throw 20 strings all the same speed.
Okay. Maki, what about you?
So Leda Lanes just happens to also be the same place where we're bowling our modified Friday Pro League this year because we lost the Teams League, the Travel League. So they arranged a 3-man speed. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, bowling better at Leda Lanes right now than Sean Baker. Absolutely nobody. Baker is going to win the 20 stringer by 50 pins. I'm putting 50 to 100 pins. He's going to blow everybody
Does he go over 25?
Nobody goes over 25.
Nobody goes over 25.
Nobody.
Nope.
The pinfall in there right now is borderline atrocious. I don't know if it's because of the conditions or whatnot. The pins don't sound good. They're not reacting well when you throw a good ball. And I'm not just complaining. We've all been there. Come up on Friday nights and watch for us. Look for a smile. You'll go 10 lanes across, 3 guys on a lane. You won't see anybody smiling. Promise you. It is really rough pins in there right now. Baker's going to win the 20 stringer by, like I said, 50 to 100 pins. Whatever that was.
That was my dryer.
Oh, I was going to say, everybody all right? Baker's going to win the 20 stringer by far. Fuller's going to be up in there in the top 5.
Not bowling.
Fuller is not bowling.
Fuller is not bowling.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
I got to put Boudreau in there just for the sake of he bowls there a lot, even though he's having a hard time. Surratt is always a threat to win. I don't care how good the pins or how bad the pins are. The kid, all he does is hit the head pin. All he does is hit the head pin and hit his objects. He doesn't miss. And when he does miss, the wood comes back and takes it.
Except for a 9-pin drop.
Well, those happen sometimes too. Yeah, we've all missed a few here and there. I get it.
Oopsies.
My dark horse to win or threaten is John Winchell. John Winchell is another one who all he is doing is hitting the headpin and hitting his objects, whether they're going or not. Look, over the course of 20 games, you're not going to be able to control much. The only thing you can control is how much object you hit.
Yep.
So I'm saying Baker is definitely
Sure.
Baker's going to run away with this. Maybe unpopular opinion. Maybe other guys are like, no, I'm gonna. No, he's gonna. Sorry, he's gonna. Boudreau for the familiarity with the place, and then Winchell is my dark horse to take it away from everybody.
So my 3, it won't surprise anyone. I had Baker in no uncertain terms. I didn't was say going to win, place, or show. These were just the 3 guys that at the end are going to be there. I personally had thought Baker, and then I had Winchell, and then I had Boudreau, and all for the same reasons. Obviously, Boudreau bowls there. Winchell because he's Johnny Winchell, and he's like the machine.
Mm-hmm.
It's just good dude too. I like Johnny. And then a couple of that I thought about was obviously Boudreau. Johnny is always there at the end, and he's young enough that he can still do it. I know he's had some issues with shoulder issues over the last couple of years, things like that. But he's still Jonathan Boudreau.
He's won an Easter, correct?
No,
No,
he's not.
I don't think so.
He's contended every single time.
Yeah.
I think he's cashed more than he hasn't, but he has not gotten a W at that.
Okay.
No.
And then obviously you've got some young guys that certainly bear watching. Daly, McGinty, who are I don't know who else is. I haven't seen the list of people bowling, so I can't go. I just know Fuller's not bowling. So
See, in a tournament like this, though, I take the experience over the youth any day.
Yep.
If you've been a 10 stringer is different. You bowl 10, it's 3.5 hours. You're tired. Now you got to go have lunch, and then you got to bowl 10 more in this event. This is something that the guys who've been there know how to pace themselves, know how to deal with it. Like if you're really hungry after the first 10 and you go in and you eat a big lunch, you can kiss the back 10 goodbye. You're just going to have a brick in your belly. I've seen so many people do it. I never ate lunch there, whether it was good or whether it was somewhere. It didn't matter. I would just graze. Like I'd eat a pack of cheese and crackers, or I'd have a bag of M&Ms or something. I would never fill the belly. You see so many guys that were bowling so very well the first 10. They go in and eat, and then they come back out, and the next 3 games are like 101, 105, 111.
Yeah.
And in this tournament, you can lose this tournament in 1 game. It takes 20 games to win it, but you can lose it in 1. This is something that the experience element goes with the win in this. Nobody coming out who's just like, and the fireballers, I think, have even less of an advantage in this because over the course of time, over the course of 20 strings, that shoulder's not going to hold up and stay accurate. There's these pins and needles that tend to happen in the arm with the guys that are just flinging the ball all day long, throwing hard. And I'm not saying that they can't, but I'm saying you're already behind an 8 ball. Not now, but talk to me in the 16th, 17th, 18th game.
Yep. And again, it's I hope to bowl. I do want to bowl in it at least once in my life. I do. I wasn't able to before I had kids. I wasn't able to because of work. I worked in law enforcement, and I just couldn't take a, basically 2 days off during that time. So that wasn't happening. And then obviously with young kids and Easter and everything else, when the boss says, you're not going, I was like, you're right. I'm not. I just,
surprise.
What was I thinking, So looking forward to, hopefully some people will stream some of it. Be kind of cool to watch some of it. Stuff.
I'm sure there'll be some way. Yep.
Yeah.
Be good to watch.
Obviously, look, you still have some young, freshy I know. I assume Nate Lees is bowling.
Mhm.
You know, he's been throwing a decent ball, except for when he bowled with me in the Necco, and he blames that on me and says I should have bowled better, and he's absolutely correct. I should have bowled better. We would have won. So, Nate, you are correct. Let's see what other turn. Oh, Candlepins for Cancer presents the mixed team tournament.
Yes.
Coming to you live from Academy Lanes in beautiful Bradford, Massachusetts, June 12th and 13th. Basically, it's the same exact format as the Mixed Worlds, except for there's no Canadians involved.
True.
Which
Unfortunately.
is sad.
Yes.
It is.
Yep.
It's going to be very similar to the way the Worlds were. The Worlds last year in November that we were held at Portsmouth. Didn't feel like a Worlds.
Nope.
Felt like a
just felt like a tournament,
like a massive scratch tournament. It had a big tournament feel to it.
Yeah.
Because the guys did have the World shirts on and stuff, so it had a big tournament feel, but it did not feel like the World whatsoever. This tournament may end up feeling more like the Mixed Worlds that we know, because we mix up those teams and different things, and we're bowling with the ladies now in this event. So, but there will still be something lost not having our friends from up north being down. There'll definitely be something lost.
I hope my hope is that he can get. I'd love to see 20 teams. I don't think he's going to get 24 as much as I'd love to see it. I'm not sure if there's enough bowlers out of here to do 24 teams for something like this. I say out of here, meaning out of the States, without adding our friends from the north. I mean, it should be fun. I mean, there's obviously it's a tournament. It's fun.
It just won't be the same as a true Mixed Worlds atmosphere.
No, and I think right now,
but it will be something. It will.
That's right.
Like,
and I'm not saying
Portsmouth was. It'll be close, but it'll still be a big something.
It'll be a lot of fun, and it'll be a great run tournament. It'll be structured. It'll be worth bowling in, but it won't be the Mixed Worlds.
I think right now he's got 13 to 14 teams signed up.
That's good. That's good. Early.
Good.
I don't know if my team's on there yet. The Exeter Lanes team. We are going to be involved in that. I mean, we're Exeter by name, but it's me, Mike Kane, Matt Susi, Deb Regan. We're looking for another woman. Like, we will have it filled up, but I don't know if she put our team on the roster yet.
I don't see you on here yet.
Well, we'll be there. We'll be there.
So that's cool.
Yep.
Like I said, if we could get 20 teams, that'll make a great weekend.
Still be great.
Yes.
Right?
It'll be fun. There'll be some money involved. There'll be some great matches. There are always some great matches. I do have to make fun of the fact that Freshie is on Pricewood Florin for this, seeing as how he left us for a lucky strike.
He did.
ABL, hashtag ABL. You know what that is, don't you, Maki?
I have no fucking idea. I was just trying to sit and figure it out, and I can't.
Anyone but lucky.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard the boy.
Hashtag children's
heard
motion,
the boys say
hashtag orange red.
Yeah. So, I mean, look, it'll be fun. Again, they are, reach out to Nate Lees. It's on Candlepin Chat. 3 men, 2 women. Third male average cannot exceed 120. They'll use a May 1st as the cutoff this year with at least 30 strings bowl. If you are under 30 strings, I believe you have to take a minimum of 120 average, if I'm not mistaken. It's the same rule that they have for the Mixed Worlds, I believe.
Yep.
You can only have 2 bowlers over 120 on the roster, meaning you can't have 2 guys starting at 120 and then 2 guys on the bench at 120 plus.
And have your sub 120 guy bowl every game.
Well, unless you have 5 guys or 5 people.
Well, I know that, but don't you have to have somebody in the lineup that's under 120?
Every single game. Yes.
Yeah. So if you have 2 guys that are 20 in the lineup, 2 other guys on the bench that are 20, your one under 120 guy's got to bowl every single string.
Yep. Well, I mean,
Right,
I've seen that. You see that every year. I mean,
Right, yeah.
there's teams that go up with just 5 people and they bowl every string. Craig Holbrook does it every year, and boggles my mind that the guy's 842 years old and can bowl every string and bowl it well. It truly
That's because
is.
at this point, that's just his natural motion in life, is his bowling motion.
True.
Like it doesn't strain on his muscles. They're used to it at this point. That's just everyday occurrence. It's like walking for Craig.
I know. It just, like I said, it just it's impressive that at close to 60 years old, he still bowls the way he can. And I wouldn't count him out at Easter either.
Absolutely not. No,
Nope.
if he's there, which I would
there.
assume he would be. I would think so.
I think so. Like I said, I haven't seen the signups. They haven't posted anything. I'm just going off from previous years, understanding of people that have bowled in the past. So yeah, I would say get a team in, folks, if you haven't already. Like I said, reach out to Nate Lees, find it on Candlepin Chat, get a team, have some fun. That's, we'll get together, we'll have a good time.
Get out, go bowling.
Academy's a good place to hold this. It's big enough.
Great place for a tournament. So much space.
Yep.
The CompuScore is so very simple. The screen's up. It's a great place for a tournament.
Yep.
And it's tough. The pins are very difficult there. It's not the easiest place to bowl.
But it's fair.
But it's fair.
Well,
it's not a place.
I'm not going to say.
Go ahead.
I have seen some what I would call unfair things at that house. And I love the house, and I think they do a great job there, and this is not an indication of them. It's just there's been some bizarre leaves there.
Well, there's a leave we've named the Academy.
Yeah.
Is it the 5-6-10 or the 5-4-7 with the flat plank on the 2? On the 2 pins.
Something like that. We named it the Academy because I think we had it every third box was that leave. Just like the Moncton was.
You run the 3 out of the middle and you leave the 2 and then the 4 down the line.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it just, and every place has it. Like I said, there's no perfect house. There really isn't. I don't care what anyone says.
No, it doesn't exist. It doesn't
exist. I'm excited. I am bowling in it, or at least I'm going to be there to keep score. So, we'll see. Should be a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. What do we do have?
Do we have any questions or comments or concerns about?
We have the Stars and Strikes show too. We have to talk about.
Oh, that's right. We skipped that.
We skipped it. Definitely. Sorry, Rusty.
I got you, Rusty. Don't worry.
Brian, why don't you bring this one up?
So, if everyone remembers, a couple weeks ago, we did a ladder series from Stars and Strikes, and we said we were hoping it was going to be monthly. Well, next month, April 17th, which is a Saturday, 4 p.m. in the afternoon, Stars and Strikes is running another Scratch Ladder series. I believe it's $50. You bowl a 5-string qualifier. They take the top 5 scores. They bowl in a ladder series, 5 bowls 4, winner bowls 3, winner bowl, etc. And it will be broadcast live via Facebook on various platforms. And a combination of the 3 of us, hopefully we'll be doing commentary. I'm going to try and bowl, so hopefully you guys can talk about me at some point.
I have already said I am not bowling.
I am also going to bowl, Brian. So hopefully,
perfectly fine.
Hopefully, Tim can get on there with somebody and talk about us if we have to bowl each other.
Right?
No, right. That's just me. Oh, I'm taking that. I'm taking that one on my own.
And no one will watch that episode.
Oh, yes, they will. It will be the most watched episode in the history of Evers.
The history of Evers.
Yes.
But anyways, let's get out and support Rusty. He's doing an awesome thing by putting this all together.
He is. He is.
Do you have to call to sign up, Tim, or is it walk in and bowl?
I think it's both. I think they would probably prefer you call and sign up, so they know.
They have a head count. Yeah.
They have a head count. They know how many people are going to be there. It is in beautiful South Paris, Maine, on Route 26. It is extremely easy to get to, folks. If you're coming up from Massachusetts, it is not a 10-hour drive up.
And here's the funny thing. Here's the funny thing for you. Marky is closer than Tim and I.
To South Paris? Yeah, I think I am.
You are. You're like
in Amesbury. I think I am.
You're like an hour and 45 minutes, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
It's less than a 2-hour drive. All the years that I went up for the all-nighter and the Derby, it took me less than 2 hours to get to. It was Hobbs back then, Hobbs Lucky Lanes, but same place. Guys, listen, I want to talk to all the massholes that are watching this show. Get in the car, grab a buddy, get in the car, and come up to this place. This place, it's a great. The pinfall is really cool. It's an older setting of a place. You walk in, it's got that bowling alley smell. Look, these places in Maine are not 3,000 hours away, guys. Let's get in cars and let's just drive up. And you know what? Bring the masshole up there. Bring the mass. You guys think you're good? You guys think we're the best, right? Let's go prove it. Let's go beat these guys. Because they're going to bring their whole army of Maine dudes up there. Why don't we just go? I'm going. You guys come with me. Let's go. Let's go up there. Let's go win the money.
You really want me to bring my bowling balls? You might actually force me to get out and actually prove once and for all that Tim fucking Matero is Tim fucking Matero.
You're going to have to prove it. You're going to have to prove it. You get up against a guy like me. You get up against a guy like Jarrett, Josh Daly. Like, bring it. Let's go.
You think I'm scared of Josh Daly? I would kick him in the kneecap.
That's a big fucking kneecap, though, guy. That's like the size of your head.
Maybe the shin.
He cheats. He's left-handed.
Yeah, and he cheats. He's left-handed.
He does cheat. He's left-handed.
And he throws hard left-handed.
He throws very hard left-handed. Yes, he does.
Stars and Strikes is a right-handed bowling alley.
Except Rusty's left-handed.
What the hell does a right-handed bowling alley mean? What the hell is that?
Really?
Yeah,
you don't know what a right-handed bowling alley is?
There is no such thing as a right-handed bowling alley.
Shine some light on us, Tim.
This is not 10-pin. This is not 10-pin.
Oh, no. This is
the lefties and the righties don't have the advantages in this game. That's bullshit.
Really? Because a lefty has never beat me at Oxford Hills.
Oh, so that's
Stars and Strikes. It's a right-handed bowling alley. I can't think of a
Daly is frothing at the bit to bowl you there now. I think
I think you have to actually hit puberty to bowl here too. So Daly
does. He's got like 3 whisker hairs on the side of his.
Oh, okay.
We were bowling him Friday night at Lita. I saw like 3 hairs on the side. So he's there. He qualifies.
Is he getting okay? Okay.
He qualifies as post-pubescent. Yes.
Nice.
He does qualify as post. So we got to leave that joke alone. But we can still make baby jokes about him.
Absolutely. So, folks,
yes.
The easiest way. Look, you don't even need GPS. You've got your Tim right here. You ready?
Tim. Got a Tim.
95 north. If you're coming from Massachusetts, New Hampshire, 95 north. Get off the gray exit. Route 26 west. That's it. The bowling alley is off Route 26 in South Paris. Go through South Paris. It's on your left-hand side.
And there's like 5 dunks on the way too. There's a bunch. There's plenty of places to stop and chill.
Plenty of dunks. There's plenty of McDonald's. There's plenty of Burger Kings. There's plenty of KFCs.
There's a casino.
And there's a casino.
You drive right by it.
You drive by the casino. So make sure you get past the casino first. That's on your way back.
Or save $50.
Or save $50 so you can bowl.
I slept in that casino parking lot one night waiting for what was it? One of the tournaments that started up there. I think it was the Derby. We bowled Friday night in the league here, and there was a tournament that was starting up there at it was like 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, and there was no way I was going home, falling asleep because you can't fall asleep right after a Friday night match. You really can't. I'm up to 1 or 2 in the morning, and then finally fall asleep. Wake up at 6:30, 6. And then drive an hour and a half, 2 hours. No. So I just drove up right after the Friday night match, and I pulled off in the casino. I just fell asleep in the parking lot for 4 hours.
Yeah.
At least I woke up. I was right there.
Yeah. I mean, you probably could have just kept going and just slept in the parking lot at the bowling alley, because I've never done that before.
Well, by the time I got to where the casino was, I gave up. My eyelids were wicked heavy. And I was just like, all right, the hell with this. I can't do this no more. I got to just pull off. But guys, listen, it is not that hard to get up to the place. It is not that far away. And you'll be rewarded with some very good pinfall in the place. Nice, comfortable place to bowl in. Good food.
Yep.
Always a good time up there.
Yeah.
Always a good time with some great people. Get in the car and get your asses up there.
I have a special affinity for the place, obviously, because that is my home lanes. That's where I grew up. That's where I learned how to bowl. That's where Russ Neely took me under his wing and really kind of tried to impart his wisdom on me. I say try because it took me a long time to really understand what he was saying, which was stop getting so fucking pissed off and just bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently that took a while to get through here.
As
Takes
Jimmy
a
Dugan,
long time.
As Jimmy Dugan would say in A League of Their Own. That's good advice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid the clap, Jimmy Dugan.
Let's see. We do have we get a few more minutes here. We do have a couple of questions, and this may bleed over into our next podcast for the following week, but we'll start now. So this is kind of a two-part question, and it's a worlds-based question. Okay. Maki, I'm going to start with you on this first question. How do you determine when the team you're on is a right fit for you?
Because you know. There are just as many answers to that question as there are guys bowling in the world.
Mm-hmm.
As unique of an individual as each one of us is the reason why we look for a team. Me personally, at this stage in my career, I'm going to be 40 years old later this year. I've been to the Worlds. If we have a Worlds this year, and I count last year's, it'll be 17 Worlds that I've been to. In the beginning, I was full of piss and vinegar, and I wanted to get to the top as fast as humanly possible. Then you realize that that's not how it works. You got to get up there. You got to get the XP. You got to learn how to deal with it. It is a different monster up at the Worlds. It is literally the World Series. Now, in this course of this time in my career, I look for chemistry. You can bowl on a team of the biggest all-star studs in the game. But if you don't mesh with those guys, you're not going to get there. Not saying that there are people who are unmeshable. That's not true, because everybody has their group, their buds, not their clique, but they're just that circle of dudes that you hang with and dudes that you're comfortable with, dudes you've been bowling with for a while, and you get a good sense of familiarity with the guys. I will take a team full of chemistry and camaraderie, guys who are cheering for each other. Even if you're losing, you're still trying to pump your guy up to throw a strike and finish strong. I'll take that team, because that team will go farther in the long run than if you just try to put together an all-star team right now of a bunch of different guys and a bunch of different egos that aren't familiar with each other, and you throw them out there and say, well, you guys are the 6th, 7th, whatever, highest average guys on the planet. Go win. I guarantee you 1 out of 10, it happens. 1 out of 10, it would happen. More often than not, you need these guys who've been meshing, been bowling, guys that are comfortable together to pick each other up and then go. That's my philosophy on it. I've been a captain in a bunch of years in Friday leagues and regular leagues, and I found making teams out of chemistry is so much better than looking at their numbers on paper and saying, I just want that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That's me, personally.
That's perfect. Brian, what about you?
100% agree with Marky. It's a chemistry thing. I look for guys that, and this is going to sound weird, but you talk about bowling at the bowling alley, and that's it. You know you got the right team when you leave the bowling alley. If you bowled good, that's great. If you bowled bad, you don't bring it with you. You suck it up, and then you're like, okay, let's go out and have dinner. And at dinner, you talk about everything other than bowling. And that's how you know you have a good team. Because you can put everything that happened the day behind you, refocus, and get ready for tomorrow, but sit there and talk, how's the kids? How's this going? Oh, what do? You paint the house this summer? Oh, you got a nice... When did you get that? You know, it's kind of like having a Sunday family dinner. And that's how you know, like, it bleeds into more than bowling.
Family.
Yeah, it's family. These are people you spend a week with.
So like Maki, I've been doing this a long time. This year will be my, if we count last year.
Yeah, we count last year. It was close enough. Yeah.
This will be my 29th year.
I have 16
in the Worlds.
I'm only a year ahead of you, B.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I missed a year in Lakeside. That's the year you have on me. We were supposed to pull together, but we know how that happened.
Yeah. Someone might have got kicked off the team.
I know.
Anyway,
so how do you determine when the team you are on is a right fit? Well, I have been on the teams that were, I'm not going to say stacked, but were supposed to be the best. I've also been on the teams that were not supposed to make the playoffs. And I've been on the teams that were just thrown together at the last minute. When I first started, Charlie Miley called me up 2 weeks before the Worlds and said, "Hey, you're bowling in 2 weeks." And I said, "Excuse me? You're bowling in 2 weeks. We had a team drop out. I'm putting a 24th team in. You're bowling." Charlie, I got to work. Apparently, you didn't hear me when I said you're bowling.
Take it off.
Figure it out. So I figured it out. You know, I have been on teams that I thought was the right fit. And I bowled with them for years, thinking it was the right fit. Then finding out that it was the really wrong fit at the wrong time. It's interesting, and I'm trying not to be politically correct here with this, because you know we do have quite a few people that listen all over, and the fact is that, like Maki said, is you know it when you're on a team with the right fit. Mm-hmm. Like you, I look for things a little bit different now than I did 25, 26, 27 years ago. Before, I wanted just give me the best bowlers. Mm-hmm. Put me on the team with the best bowlers. We'll figure out how to win. And we did. We figured out. We never won the tournament.
It's like a little harder than everyone thinks it is to just throw the 5 best guys there and go win.
It is impossibly hard. Now, I've seen teams try to do it on Friday Night Pro League when we had the 5-man travel league. I was on one of those teams. Yeah, we won one, but then that team exploded the next year. It just didn't gel for the long run.
And that's what I'm always work. I'm looking at the long run, mm-hmm. because I don't have a lot of time left. Meaning, I know my body and I know the way I bowl. If I get down, and this is going to sound bad, and I apologize for this sounding the way it's really going to come out, but I can't word it any other way. If I start bowling and I get down a league average and that I'm in that 100, 105 range, and I'm just showing up every week, I'm done. I can't. I'm too competitive to do that. So I know at 50 years old, I don't have a lot of years left at a high level.
You're on the 5-year plan. Who gives you the most opportunities to win in 5 to 10 years?
Yes, but
meeting your criteria for how you get to that winning stage.
Yes. So I am now, thankfully, I've done just about everything there is to do in the game. I still love to win. But I want to help.
Yes.
You're just a big, hairy American winning machine.
I'm just big, hairy American winning machine. I wake up in the morning, I piss excellence. God.
It was such a good movie.
Oh, it really was.
Talladega Nights, Ricky Bobby. So many quotable. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. I love that. I just, you know what? That whole, look, let me finish here real quick.
Yeah.
So I like the fact, like my current team, We all get along. We all have fun. They can all bowl. Every single one of them can bowl. But damn it, I'm the old guy. And I kind of like it. I like the fact that I am now considered the old guy. I'm the experience.
You're not the old guy. You're the veteran.
No, I know.
I don't say right. Say the way that the young guys look at. Yeah, I don't care if the guys bust your balls and call you the old guy, because I'm almost there. I'm about to be 40 with a lot of the guys on my team who are like in their 20s, mid 30s.
That you coached in juniors.
Yeah, tell me about it, Daly. All right, coach that kid for long ass time, and now watching him grow up. It's
my oldest kid is older than most of the guys on my team.
Right. Right.
So I embrace the fact they call me Grampy. They do. That's my nickname on the team. They call me Grampy. I embrace the fact that I am the old guy, the veteran.
You're the rallying point around the team. They look to you for the guidance, for the presence, for the XP that you've carried, and they will bust your balls to no avail. You talk about good team chemistry. Your team is oozing with it. As Pricewood Floors, your team is oozing with team chemistry.
Tim, is that plus 5 pins experience points in playoffs?
Fact. Fact.
It's, and the fact is I still feel as though I can contribute not just off the lanes, but on the lanes when they put me in there. And I don't care if they put me first or fifth or whatever it is. I know people joke, and I've joked that I don't care where I bowl as long as it's fifth.
Yeah.
It's a joke, folks. Like, I don't care. And I don't care if I'm on the bench. If we're winning and I'm on the bench, holy shit, that's
a
cool.
Good thing.
Tim's happy and not tired.
That's
right.
Cool.
You're still fresh as hell, because when Saturday comes, there's a lot of tired arms. It's good to be the fresh arm in the room on Saturday.
Yes. And, the fact is that because these guys are so young, is that I am able to impart some of this wisdom that Charlie and Russ and AJ and those guys imparted on me. And now I can turn around and just keep it going. So that's what I look for. I look for chemistry. I do look for good bowlers. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going up to the Worlds. You
can have all the chemistry in the world. You average 95, you don't win.
Well, right. But let's face it, okay? Like, if you're going to the Worlds and you are in any position that you are getting hungry for this tournament, you are not a filler team. You are not a team that was thrown together at the last second. You have guys that are on your team that can toss the rock.
Yeah.
And these guys average 110 to 125. And you got guys that know how to toss the rock in a situation. Mm-hmm. You have your starting five. You have your subs that understand that they're the subs to give the big guys a break. But you go up there with the biggest studs that you can find. And then there's other guys that play other roles. And the good teams that have the good chemistry have those guys that understand those roles.
That is the key of all keys right there. Everybody on that team has to understand what their role is and has to buy into that role.
The worst thing you can hear from a team is, we got 10 guys that can start. You only got 5 spots, man. That's going to create some bad shit.
A lot of arguments.
I coached high school basketball for several years. And I know people laugh when I say that. Yes, I'm 5'4". I could coach. I knew what I was talking about. And I was a good coach. There was one time I had parents bitching that their kid wasn't starting. So what did I do? I told all 10 guys, go on out. What? Parents are looking at me. What are you talking? What? You can only have 5. And I said, that's right. I could only have 5 starting, so don't worry if your kid is sitting on the bench. It is no different in the game of bowling.
Nope.
You can only have 5 guys bowling. If you've got 8 guys on the team, or 9, I'm not a big fan of 10. I think 10's too much. I personally like 8 guys, with the 8th guy understanding that his role is he is the cheerleader, the scorekeeper, the cheerleader, and He's there to get some strings in to help. You can still bowl, obviously. They can still bowl if they're on the team.
Right.
But they're there to give the big guys a break, the big guns a break. So I don't care if I'm the first guy or the 8th guy if we're winning.
Right.
I don't.
Team gets 2 points. The team did exactly what it had to do. It didn't matter who was in the lineup,
Don't
who
care.
was sitting down. The goal is the team to get points, not you to bowl 31 games and you to bowl 27 games. Look, if you go up and you hear a guy, I'm going to bowl 33 games, I want to bowl, that means your team didn't do the job. If you have a team that went up with anything like less than 5 guys, because 5 guys have to bowl all the time, right? So if you go up with 5 guys, that's the only way that somebody should have to bowl 33 games in the course of the week. If you have a guy on a team and there's 7, 8 guys, and one guy says, I'm bowling 33 games, well, then you're on a shitty team. You should not have to bowl 33 games. You should be up there. I don't care what your average is. I don't care who you are. You have to bowl the amount of games it takes for your team to win points.
So I want to say I was talking to Craig Holbrook a couple of years ago. And I want to say that he was talking about Maria's subs and how they set their lineups and things like that. And no one bowls more than 6 strings in a day on that team.
Which is smart.
If I'm not mistaken,
it's very smart.
It doesn't matter the matchup. They may look at the matchup at the beginning of the week and say, okay, here's a lineup. Oh, okay, we've got Lucky Strike, or we've got A+ accounting, or we've got, one of the top teams. Okay, so if I want my 5 best bowlers against that team, then I know that, okay, this match right here, he's not bowling. He's not bowling, and he's not bowling. These 5 are going to bowl this match, so I can have these 5 bowl. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So
yes.
And there are a few teams that they don't do a whole lot of subbing in the middle of a match. And I'm okay with that. I think
they situationally sub.
Yeah.
But very rarely in the middle of a string.
Right.
Very rarely.
It's always in the beginning of the next game.
Yep.
You have to implode.
Right. Somebody has to get
Craig
hurt.
or Baba to be like, come on.
Right. And that's smart because if you got a guy that's at least taking a match off every day, that guy is 3, 6, 9, 12 games fresher come Saturday.
And it's so hard to bowl with the hook over your head.
Wicked.
Oh, been there, done that.
There's nothing worse than going out and going like 8 box, 7 box. You've gone object, 3 balls in a row, twice in a row, and you come back and your captain's like, yo, you better pick that up because I'm watching you. You might as well just take me out now because now I'm going in there and I'm going to try so hard that I'm probably going to rip 2 eagles and it's going to happen again.
Yeah. I've never been
helpful.
I've never been a big fan of, a captain going, well, I know you struggled that string. You got 4 boxes.
I hate that.
Take me out now. Like, put someone fresh in there for the string. I'll go down and throw a couple of boxes down on the, if you're at Academy, if you're at somewhere else where you can do that. But don't give me 4 boxes and then.
I completely agree because now here, like if I'm the captain, you had a tough game, Tim, right? Get it. If like I'm the captain, you had a tough game. You just threw like a 97. But I'm watching you and you hit your head pin. You were on your objects. You just got no breaks. You left a couple, whatever. Tim, listen, why don't you go take a seat for this game? Go grab a water. Go keep the arm loose for a while. We're going to get this guy in here for next game. I'm not telling you go take 4 boxes because then you're going to be up there thinking, shit, I better get it going. I better get it going. And if it doesn't, here goes your self-esteem. Down. Listen, Tim, why don't you just go put your shoes on, take a break, go get some fresh air, get something to eat real quick because I'm going to need you at the beginning of next match. I need you refreshed. I need you ready to go. I would rather hear that from my captain than go back up and say, you got 4 boxes to figure it out.
And like vice versa.
I just look right at him. Right. I just look right at him and be like, listen, why don't you get the hot hand in there now? Get me out. Let me go figure this out. Let me clear my head and get this kid in there. Because you never know. Kid comes off the bench and he throws 135 and now he's the hottest thing in the building. I want that too on my team.
Yep.
Somebody's been sitting there waiting and hungry.
you don't want to be that guy coming in too, and the guy going, all right, you got 4 boxes, go show me something.
Right.
Well, I haven't been in the match yet. Like, can I at least go up and slide first?
Right. And how do you feel now coming in with 4 boxes? You don't even get to bowl the whole game.
Yeah.
You don't even get to bowl the whole damn game.
Yeah.
It's not helpful.
I just think so, you know, what do I look for in a world's team, or when do I think it's the right fit? You know, that's a long way around saying that chemistry is vital. And
you know when you know.
And you know when you know.
It's just really what it's so hard to put really a finger on it, but you just do.
And honestly, I do look at the captain. I do. Mm-hmm. Because we've all seen teams in the past with an absentee captain.
Mm-hmm.
Or an overbearing captain.
Mm-hmm.
And neither one of those worked for me. You know what I mean? Personally, I don't like to have an overbearing captain. Vice versa. I don't want the guy that comes in and goes, okay, here's the lineup this match. All right, I'll see you in a couple hours. I'm going to go grab some drinks. I'm going to go walk around. I'm going to go shoot the shit. I'm going to go. Really?
You also don't want
need to be here.
You don't want captain by committee though either. Oh, what do you guys all think?
Nope, been there, done that.
That's worse. Yeah. That's worse. I'd rather have absentee captain. Because then you'll find somebody on the team will be willing to step up and take the risk of being like, all right, guys, listen, we've been here before. Why don't you jump in? B, you take a game off. Me and Tim are going to start here, but be ready because if one of us has a shit game, you're coming in next game. And then captain comes back and goes, wow, looks like everything's going great. And it's like, yeah, we've been taking care of it for the last 2 hours. Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah.
My first year at the Worlds was like that.
Yeah. And I've been on teams like that. And I've been on teams where, you know, you had the captains by committee, and I've been on teams where you've had the, I guess you want to call it a captain hook.
Yeah.
I got pulled, and I won't say who it was, 4 boxes in on the very first day. I got pulled out of a string in the first string.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
4 boxes in.
Somebody flexing muscle?
All I can remember, I didn't have a mark. I had a 6 box because I went spread eagle, object pin.
Yeah.
Okay. And I had a 10 and then like 2 9s or something. It was something like that. I don't know if I was I must have been right around like 35 or something like that for 4.
Yeah. And got the hook?
Yeah.
In the first game?
First game. And I looked and went, wait, what?
The fuck? That's messed up.
I'm like, I'm 130 average bowler. Like, this is 4 boxes. Like, very easily, I could go 5 in a row at the end and end up with a 130.
Especially in the first game of the tournament. You'll never be fresher.
By the way, that was in Halifax.
Where it could have happened twice as fast if it had been in Bangor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Holy hell.
Yeah. Let's just say that I only bowled 1 year on that team.
Probably a smart career move on that situation.
Yeah, I think that was a mutual parting of ways. I think they call that.
Yeah, irreconcilable differences.
I think we've all had that year.
Yeah.
Where team mutually part ways with the team after 1 year, and you're like, yeah, I'll never do that again. And the captain goes, hey, go fuck yourself. All right, cool, bye.
They come up and they go, hey, you know, I was thinking. And I'm like, yeah, me too. Yep, bye.
Yep, see you later. By the way, you're going to come back? No.
I did, by the way, there was a time I did that in the World's Final. What? The year I joined Total Chaos and bowled with Winchell.
Yeah.
We're in the finals. I'm with USA East. And we're losing in the finals to Maria Subs. And I'd struggled most of the week. I admit it. I wasn't bowling well. And I can't remember who was the captain at the time that Charlie had being the captain.
Was that the Nate year?
It might have been. I don't remember who it was, but we were down. I said, okay, we're down after the first string. I go loosen up. I feel great finally for the first time all week because I'm fucking fresh. I only threw like 13 strings all week. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good to go in. Yeah, we're gonna give so and so, more time. This is a finals. Like,
Right.
we don't have more time. And so they put someone else in who struggled. So I'm like, I went and warmed up again, throwing a great ball. Come back over. Yeah, we're gonna put someone else in. So we get in the, I don't know, must have been the 6th box of the 3rd string. They don't put me in. John Winchell standing right behind me, like watching, and I'm just sitting back. I'm trying to cheer. I'm cheering on the team, and I just looked at John and said, "Hey, does the office still stand to bowl with you?" And he looks and he goes, "Seriously?" I went, "Yeah, yeah," and he says, "Works for me." So I don't know. That next week, he sent me an email. Go, "Were you serious?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, dude, I'm dead serious." So
It's a pretty good decision maker if they're not going to take care of business when it's in the finals.
Yep.
Give a guy more time. That's when a guy gets yanked after 4 boxes.
Yeah.
Playoff matches, finals, things like that. Because now it's okay. Now you don't have another match after this to worry about making up for the 4 points you lost or whatever.
Yep.
Now it's win now or take a hike. And you got to put the A team in there. You got no choice but to put an A team in there. You can't put a B- team or your C team in there and be like, "Oh, we're saving our guys for tomorrow."
And
there might not be a tomorrow.
And I fully admit, during that time period, I was not bowling as much. I had hurt my back for the first time. I had hurt my back, and with my job, I couldn't bowl, so I wasn't bowling leagues. I was only bowling some tournaments here and there and stuff like that. So I freely admit I was not a USA East bowler at that time, is what I would call that, because they were taking the best bowlers at that time. Charlie was always getting the best bowlers and going at it that way. And I told Charlie, like, the next week, went up and I said, "Do you want my shirts?" I said, "I'm not coming back next year." And he's like, "Keep the shirts, you'll be back." And I said, "Charlie, I'm not coming back next year." He goes, "I heard you." And so I bowled a couple of years and then went to Big 20. And then Charlie's like, "Are you ready to come back now?" And I was like, "Yep, I'll give it another run." I think I gave it, one year, Brian?
Yeah.
I think. And I said, "Wow, that was pretty fucking stupid."
Were you on that team in 06? I think it was in Bangor. They lost to Maria's in the final.
Yeah. That's when
that was the year you came. That was my first Worlds ever.
Okay.
Up there. And I remember staying and watching the finals.
Yeah. It was either 06 or 08. I can't remember. I think it must have been 06. Yeah. That was tough, That was. So I know we had a hard stop 30 minutes ago.
Yes, something like that, but that's okay.
But that's okay. So we're gonna wrap it up for this week. Don't forget, folks, Friday we will have a discussion on. I think if I'm not mistaken, we were going to talk a little bit about Simpsons and Family Guy, adult cartoons, basically.
Yes.
PG-13 R-rated cartoons, not your
no hentai. We decided no hentai.
Yeah.
Well, what about Dragon Ball?
Well, which version?
I never watched Dragon Ball.
I love Dragon Ball Z.
Dragon Ball's cross face. I'd say that out loud.
Oh.
Okay, William Shatner face.
So
Marky's replaying that one in his head right now.
Oh yeah, he is. He just got it.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
So we've got. We're going to talk Friday about adult cartoons not related to Pornhub or any of the porn sites, but more related to Fox, NBC, ABC,
prime
CBS,
time.
Cartoons. Yep.
Yeah.
And we'll probably talk about other things that come to our mind. As usual, folks, please, questions, comments, concerns, reach us, Ripping the Rack Podcast at gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook at Ripping the Rack Podcast. You can find us on YouTube at Twitter, Ripping the Rack Podcast. And I will put a shout out. If someone would like to make us a website, I know those cost money. We would certainly pay nothing for one because we're amateurs, but it would be cool if we had our rippingtherack.com. That would be cool.
We would gladly pay nothing for it. I mean, how do you beat that deal?
And you can listen to more of Tim's ramblings on Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Breaker, and other podcasting platforms.
Could you say that with a little more enthusiasm, please, damn it? Otherwise, I'm going to have Maki start saying it.
Hey, you remind me of the guy on YouTube when he's like, I want some waffle fries and some shit to drink for free. Unforgivable.
I remember that guy. My sister showed me that kid a long time ago.
That's what Tim wants, for free.
Unforgiven.
I don't want it for free. I just don't want to pay anything for it.
We'll talk off air how English works, Tim.
Oh, yeah, English is tough for me. I'm tired.
Hooked on Phonics did not work for him.
No.
Again,
thank you guys. Really appreciate you listeners and people that watch and everything else. Again, questions, comments, concerns, get them to us. We'll do our best to answer them as we can.
Yes. I do believe we should revisit this world's conversation. I think we started this. We should have saved that question in and of itself for like a whole nother show.
I know.
Yeah. We get good questions like that. We need to revisit because there's more to that we could absolutely discuss with our years of experience.
Yep.
We need to revisit that.
Let's someone make a note of it. That's not me. To bring this up at our next taping. That would be.
It shall be dilly.
And on that dilly note,
Dilly.
Say goodbye, Tim.
Bye, Tim.